Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Today we have got a couple videos going on. We are going to be doing a college football wrap-up tonight, as it is Saturday. We are going to be doing some NFL talk later on this weekend. But this video we are doing right here, as you can see by my hat that I'm wearing today, we are talking about my NBA team, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who as of, I believe, just over a little an hour and a half ago, I just woke up a few minutes ago and saw this massive news. As you all know, Carmelo Anthony is in a huge trade thing with the New York Knicks, and he was asked to expand his list from just Houston, and he expanded his list to Cleveland and Oklahoma City, my team. Now, the Oklahoma City Thunder, Sam Presti, who props for doing this deal. Once again, a great trade. Jumped on this, and they made a move to secure Carmelo Anthony for the Oklahoma City Thunder, which is a huge deal that went through earlier this morning. The deal is Carmelo Anthony sent to the Thunder in exchange for Enes Kanter, who I'm kind of upset to lose. I think it would have been better if we would have been able to trade away Adams, just because he has the huge $22 million contract. Compared to Kanter's contract, I believe it was around 16 something, would have saved us about $6 million in cap room for another possible trade. But didn't happen. We lost Kanter. We still have Adams, which is okay. Now it's... Oh, and they also sent Doug McDermott and a second-round pick via the Chicago Bulls to New York, along with Enes Kanter. So now their roster is different. I mean, I'm taking a look at their depth chart right now, and with Carmelo on the team, the way it looks right now is actually not too bad, but it could be better. We have Russell, our MVP at the 1, of course. We have Andre Roberson, who is, I believe, 25 now. Not that great of a player at shooting guard, so we're kind of disappointed with that. I would actually rather see Alex Bryans as the starter over Roberson. Then we have Paul George and Carmelo playing the 3 and 4, and those two are kind of interchangeable with each other. They both could play either position, so that is huge there. Now Westbrook really has two shooters he can pass the ball to. His assist stats this year are going to be absolutely nuts. His points are probably going to go down a couple bits. He'll still be one of the top 10 scorers in the league, I think, but he will be more of the low to mid-20s range now in points this year, because Carmelo and George will also be in that range. They're going to have 3 20-point-a-game scores. It's going to be great. So, but Westbrook's assist stats are going to be off the charts. I could see him getting 13 or 14 assists a game this year. It's going to be absolutely insane, and I'm so excited for this trade. We needed to do something to lock down Westbrook in Oklahoma City. Now, if we could lock down Paul George, and if we could lock down Carmelo Anthony, who are reaching towards the end of their, Carmelo is anyway, reaching towards the end of his career, and if one of them, at least, probably Carmelo, could take a slight pay cut in his next contract, we could have room to bring in another guy, a power forward, maybe 2 years down the line, like a Draymond Green, or someone of that nature, which would make the Thunder absolutely unstoppable. We would become the Warriors in 2 years. I would love to see Kevin Durant come back in 2 years, and then stick him with Anthony and George and Westbrook, and play 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be huge. But it's 2 years before that can happen. But this does put the Thunder in, it jumps them up a couple places here in my Western Conference play. Of course, the Spurs are always up there in the top 2 or 3, just because their system is so amazing that you can just plug in crack players in there and they will play good basketball. Yeah, for that sole reason. Anyway, the Thunder, this trade puts them up to number 2 in my rankings in the Western Conference behind Golden State, and it makes, in my mind, them one of the 4 favorites in the league, with Cleveland, Boston, and Golden State now Oklahoma City. They have their own big three now. I mean, the last big three, I mean, they really had a big four a while ago, and if they had managed to hold that together, this team would be absolutely unstoppable. But they didn't. But now they have a new big three. Hopefully they will all play well. We have Adams at the center position. We do need a better backup than Dakari Johnson. I don't even know who that is, and that's saying something, as I know most of the NBA pretty well. But we do have Raymond Felton as a backup point guard. We do still have Kyle Singler, Jeremiah Grant. Nick Collison's still there on our team. Nick Collison's still on our team. I don't think I've seen him play a game in the last whatever. At least not any more than I don't think he's played more than a quarter in like 2 years. But he is good locker room presence, and yeah, they pay him. He gets paid to basically sit on the bench and be a good locker room and good like guy for grooming the young guys. So yeah, that's the thing in the NBA. You get paid to be able to teach the young guys how to be in this league if you're an old guy, at least by NBA terms. So anyway, yeah, I do like this trade a lot. Like I said, I am slightly upset to lose Enes Kanter. We did trade away four young guys over the last 2 trades for George and Anthony. We lost Oladipo. We lost Sabonis. We lost Kanter, who was only, I believe, 24. And we also lost McDermott, who wasn't... He's a good backup, and he's a good 4 shooter. So we did lose a lot in these 2 trades, but we did gain a lot back. We brought in the star power that we need to keep Russell there. Hopefully keep all 3 of them there for maybe the next 4 or 5 seasons. And hopefully then bring in or draft a top 4 and 5 player. Actually, we need a shooting guard and a center. I mean, Adams is good, but could be better. But for the amount of money we're spending on the other 3, we're paying Adams a lot of money to be the 4th best player on this team. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think Adams deserves $22 million a year. I'm glad they're paying him and keeping him on the team, as I think he is a good player. But I do think he should only be paid around like 15 or so. Just compared to the other players on his team is... Anyway. This team now looks very, very good and very, very dangerous. I do think they need to go possibly into the free agent market, or they need to look at a team who is lacking a shooting guard or is more in the position to give away a shooting guard, because we need one. The fact that we have Andre Roberson and a Bryans, I would rather see a Bryans start, but you know, I'd almost rather see them move Paul George to the 2, stick Carmelo with the 3, and then start Patrick Patterson, who they signed from free agency from Toronto with the 4. I think that would be a bit better, as Patrick Patterson is a decent shooting power forward. So I would like to see that, but I don't think they're going to do it. For some reason, they really like Roberson. I don't know why. This is his 3rd year in the league now. He averages like 6 points a game. And, I mean, yeah, I think he's a bit like Thabo Sefolosha in regards that he's a better defensive player than he is on the offensive side. But, anyway, I do love this trade. We got Carmelo Anthony. So, if you like this video, please smash a huge thumbs up. Yeah, thumbs. Yeah, thumbs up. Anyway, please like, please subscribe, please comment below what you think of this trade. Do you think the Knicks got a bit ripped off here? I honestly don't think they did. If you look at it from the Knicks' point of view, now the center of their team is Kristaps Porzingis. Now, they just added another 24-year-old, or he might still be 23, or he just turned 24, I believe, young all-star potential player in Enes Kanter, who has been great for the Jazz and the Thunder, yet has not hit his prime just yet. So you got those 2 at the 4 and 5, and you locked them down for the next 5 or 6 seasons, Knicks. The 2/3 of your front court is set. Now what you need is a 1, a 2, and a 3. You need a point guard, you need a shooting guard, and you need a small forward. But your power forward and center positions for the next 5 or 6 years, if you can sign them both to long-term deals, will be locked down with all-star caliber players. So for the Knicks, it did work out. They got rid of Carmelo Anthony, which they needed to do. It was becoming a problem, but they got Enes Kanter in return, which I think is the big takeaway from this for them. They are building now their future around the two big men, Kristaps Porzingis and Enes Kanter. So, hold on. Let me take a look at their depth chart real quick. I just want to see what it looks like right now. I'm genuinely curious what their depth chart looks like. Yeah, it looks like they're projected to be starting McDermott at the small forward, and they're projecting Enes Kanter coming off the bench behind Willie Hernangomez. That's a mistake. Kanter should be starting on this team. And they have Ron Baker at point guard from Wichita State. That's actually not bad at all. And they have Tim Hardaway Jr. You know what? This team isn't bad. Not bad at all. If they switch Kanter and Hernangomez, I think they do have a real potential. And we don't know how Ron Baker is going to play out yet. But if he does play good in the future, I mean, he played 1 year last year. He averaged 4, 2, and 2. But this year he is going to be the starter, so I'm assuming he's going to average somewhere around like 12, 5, and 5, give or take. Anyway, that is going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed my reaction to this trade. Thank you, Oklahoma City, for bringing in another player that will keep Russell Westbrook here for the next 4 or 5 seasons and bring in one more, and we are, again, the favorites in the Western Conference. All right, guys. Richard, signing off.